Good afternoon. I'm Olivia Lang, and this is Venus Washington, and I'm here to talk to her about what she does, and also welcome back to this week's edition of Silver Edition. So, Venus, can you talk about yourself and maybe give some personal background that you can share with our viewers?
Okay, cool. Yeah, so my name is Venus Washington, as you just said, and I own my own business. It's called Venus Inspires. It's a health coaching, personal training company where I help people feel empowered from within. So it's not just fitness for physical, it's also emotional, spiritual, all together, and nutrition as well.
Nice. When did you actually decide that you wanted to become a health coach?
Actually, it was a journey. So I'm originally an athlete, so I ran track at UW-Madison.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, after I graduated, I went and I was coaching at Coffeyville, Kansas, and I did strength and conditioning. And then after that, when I left the coaching for a little bit, I started doing personal training, and I would train high school teenagers who wanted to do soccer or track and things like that. And then I started doing personal training in group classes. And then as I was doing group classes, I decided it was so much more than just physical. It was mental, it was emotional, and then I started to get into health coaching. And so everything that I start to incorporate with my business is just something that I learned on my way journey, being an athlete, and then teaching other people, and then realizing that it's so much more than physical. It's also emotional, spiritual, all those great things as well.
Yeah. So you evolved from athlete to health coach. That's
yes,
really
I
cool. You stayed in the mentality that you were, but you made it even better each time you switched.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So when clients book appointments with you, what is the main thing they want to change? And is there a diet, or is it starting an exercise plan?
Yeah, usually when people call or book a session with me, they're looking for weight loss is the big thing, like, oh, I want to lose weight. But when I really start asking people, like, what is it? It's just better quality of life. It's not necessarily like they just want to feel better, feel confident about themselves and want to have more energy and things like that. So I think weight loss is one of them, but it's really internal things that people really want happiness,
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Along with talking about booking appointments, are you seeing your clients in person again? Do clients come to you? Do you go to them? Or is it everything still virtual?
Yeah, good question. I actually have both. I really have 50-50 right now. Like today I had a client online, and then I had one in person, and then meetings online, and then in person. So it's really 50-50 now. It depends on how comfortable my clients are and what it is that they need. And sometimes it's just more convenient just to do it at home. And especially the type of training that I do is mostly functional. So a lot of things that we can do, you won't need any equipment. So it's a lot of things that I'm teaching, because I do teach yoga as well, mindfulness, meditation. So a lot of those things, you don't need equipment that I can teach them at home.
That's really cool that you're giving people the option to come in person if they want to leave the house, or if they want to be virtual, it's more convenient for them. That's really, really good.
And it depends on what they're looking for too. Like if they want to do more like, I have a couple of clients who want to like bodybuilding, so you got to come in, we got to do a little bit more lifting weights and things like that.
That would make sense, having to come in and try bodylifting virtual. Let's see what happens.
Right, yeah, you need to be in person for that.
It's a safety thing if you don't have someone with you as well when you're bodybuilding.
Exactly.
So you mentioned earlier that you were a former UW track and field athlete, former Colgate high school, middle school, and present track coach. During those times, does the health coach side of you take over, or versus being the track coach?
Oh, that's a really good question. Yes, I really try to incorporate my wellness practices with, so I have a track club, Madison Elite Track Club. for our practices. So we have mindful walks in the beginning of our practices. We do reflective things at the end of practice, like what did you learn? What did you gain from this? So that's part of like wellness when you're putting your mind and your body together. So yeah, it's very integrative. They get affirmations. We like what's the word of the week? So we talk about that during our track practice. So yes, I'm very much integrated with both. And some of my health clients, they were like, I want to learn how to run. I'm like, of course I can teach you how to run. So it's like, yeah, it's all entwined. Yeah.
All right, that's really cool that your two things that you've done most of your life now combine into one, it creates one awesome big skill.
Yeah.
Upon researching your website, which is a great tool, by the way, for everyone, for the Work With Me tab, could you give our viewers a brief description of each category?
On my website, so venuswashington.com, you can book with me, the best tool is to work with me, and it has an intake form where it actually asks you questions on what's your diet like, what are some things that you're looking for, and my favorite question is, what are 5 things that you love most about yourself? And I think that's a good question.
Yeah, because it makes you think. And also, does it help you direct you towards a category that it fits best? Or?
Yeah, I think making the clients think about the things that they love, because you come in and you're like, oh, I hate my body, I hate this, or I want to change this, but what about the things that you love? And we build upon that, build upon your desire. What are your desires, and how can we make you see that more clearly while working with me? So then I have that, and then also we have a 14-day cleanse. So it's a learning about nutrition, what are food sensitivities, what are things that you need to take out of your diet to kind of help you feel better, more energy. Yeah. And then it's the 90-day transformation course. So that's an intense 90-day, and that's all online. Like you could do those things online. So I usually suggest people to start off with doing health coaching, and then if you want to add personal trainer, that'd be great. Like health coaching and personal training is the ideal package for everyone to start off with, because you can't just do your food without moving your body. You can't just move your body without having your food. Yeah. And it all intertwines.
Yeah, because as an athlete myself, you have to, because you can't do one thing without the other, because how much exercise he does depends on what foods you need to eat, and because you burn a lot.
Yes.
And you need to base your diet based off your sport and how much activity you're doing.
That's a good point, and I definitely would suggest athletes, when you got practice tonight.
I do.
You want to have a meal, like you want to get in some protein or 30 minutes after practice, because that's your recovery time. So you want to make sure that you're eating something right after, because sometimes we practice, then we go home, but it's like 2 hours. You miss your recovery time of getting those nutrients into your body right away. So that's important. Like a peanut butter sandwich or something like that.
Yeah, the common thing and easy to make, and it doesn't take much time.
Yeah, and you can have that in your bag after practice.
Yeah. Okay, so as we all know, the pandemic is winding down, and the world is slowly but surely getting back to normal, and many people and students are returning back to work and school. As we begin our long days in the office and in classrooms, would you be able to demonstrate a short exercise for someone to stretch their bodies after a long point in time of sitting in a desk or classroom?
Yes. Okay, so where should I look? What's my camera?
All right.
Right here. All right, so it's easy things that you can do when you're sitting. I'm gonna show you some things that you can do when you're sitting. So if I'm sitting, you usually type. Your shoulders are crunched and your neck is here. Our neck alignments get out of line. So one thing you want to think about is alignment here. Chin, this is one where you press back, going back and forth, because we're holding our phone here. We're either looking here, and this starts to get tight. So just the simple pushing back, getting that in alignment. Shoulders, rolling your shoulders back, opening up the chest. That's what you could be doing in your chair. Also reaching up, open up in the lungs, stretching here. And then, of course, you have to stand up. So then standing up, when you're lifting up, oh, y'all still got me in cue. When you're standing up, lifting up, hip circles is a good one. Ankles, circles is another good one. And one thing that I like to teach is the hip alignment, because when we're walking, our knees and everything starts to get out of line because we're sitting and it protrudes here. I would say tilting back and forth here in the hips. And this is a strength one. So you're roll back, lean forward, and then you tuck in, and then you drive through your heels, and now you're turning your butt on because your butt is turned off. So it's you're here forward, tuck in, drive through your heels, and stand up nice and tall. Now you're turned on your glutes and your hamstrings. So joints, think about joints, your neck, wrists, and turning on your butt again. Those are some things that you can do throughout your day. You can pick 1, 2, 3, or all of them throughout the day. I'll say after an hour, get up, stretch. You don't want to go 2 hours. You know, get up and just stand up for a second.
I know in the middle of class, I will do like some arm stretches because I kind of need it. Like, not in sitting for a while. And I know in choir when we're warming up, we stretch out as well because it helps us sing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Opening up the lungs. Singing is a good exercise too.
It is. As we wrap up our program today, do you have anything you would like to add to our conversation or any last remarks?
I would say, wherever you are in your health and wellness journey, just start. Starting is the best thing. And don't think about what you don't want to do. Think about how you want to feel after you're done with doing what you want. So what is the desire that you want? How do you want to feel? Keep that in your mind as to keep you motivated. And your reason why. Why do you want? It's probably because you want to feel good. So think about that. Think about that. How do I want to feel? I want to feel energized. When I work out, do I feel energized? Yeah, I do. After I work out, I feel good. So really keep that in your mind. Keep moving wherever you are. Even if you can't walk, if you're in the chair, you can still move. If you're a fit athlete, still incorporate things in your everyday life. I remember when I was an athlete, I feel like as an athlete I get lazy because I'm like, I'm always practicing. I need relax. Still keep that energized throughout your life as well, not just in sports, but throughout. I think keep going, keep moving. You got this.
That was very inspirational. That's all we have today, folks. I'm Olivia Lang, and this is Venus, and you're here listening to or watching to Silver Edition. I hope to see you next week.